Coming up on this week's edition of AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf, we'll talk about the Eagles' big win over the Leopards, securing a home quarterfinal game in the upcoming Patriot League tournament. Also, Saeed Nelson stops by to discuss breaking the Eagles' all-time scoring record, and we look forward to the Eagles game on the road against Holy Cross. It all starts right now. Welcome into AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf. Dan Laing, Coach Brennan. And Coach, the other night, exciting game, big win over Lafayette, the Leopards, 20-point game. And, of course, Saeed becomes AU's all-time leading scorer. And so a lot of things going on in that game, a game that was really important for you guys to win. And, of course, history was part of it as well. It
was a great night in every regard. You know, obviously, Saeed breaking the record was an amazing, accomplishment, win or lose. We were happy to get that out of the way early on. And then getting the win. I mean, I thought we played really well. I thought the team came out. They were, focused and, just executing on both ends of the court. So it was good to get the win and, to allow Saeed to enjoy that moment, too.
Now, the fact of getting the win seals up a home quarterfinal game, which is extremely important, as well as you secure a top 3 in the league. Well, it'll either be second or third. If you guys win against Holy Cross, you control your own destiny, you'd be second. If you fall against Holy Cross and BU wins their next game, then you'd be third. How important, I guess, first, how important is it to have the home quarterfinal game locked up?
Well, it's huge, yeah. It's huge to get, to not have to play on Tuesday and to be playing at home on Thursday. Now, you always want to win, obviously, so Holy Cross is our focus right now. But regardless of, where we wind up, I'm not going to be happy with who we play, because right. It really doesn't matter in this league. Everybody's, a problem. But we just got to, do what we need to do, which is, compete against Holy Cross. What are the things that we need to do to beat a team like that? And make sure that we're continuing to get better, improve, have more guys contribute, which we were able to also do against Lafayette. Marvin played, more minutes and gave us great minutes, which is great because Ben been playing a lot, but he's a freshman, so it's going to be up and down for any freshman. So it says a lot about Marvin, how he's prepared himself throughout the year, regardless of how many minutes he's been playing. So for him to be ready and give us the minutes that he did says a lot about Marvin.
And the fact that he hasn't seen that many minutes in well over a month.
Right. Yeah, and for him to just be so in tune, and I knew he was, and I told him before the game that I was going to play him. I told him, after BU that you're going to play because we need help. We just need more guys contributing, and the way he's carried himself in practice and in games throughout the year. He's constantly talking, he's constantly encouraging the guys, helping the young guys. Here's Ben, who's a freshman, who's playing more than him, and he's constantly talking to him on the bench. Telling him, whatever it may be on defense or offense, and helping them. So that's the type of leadership that you look for in your upperclassmen.
Indeed, and let's talk about Saeed in the moment the other night in the win over Lafayette, but his point total and becoming the school's all-time leading scorer. Were you happy that got out of the way early and that then you could just concentrate on the game in and of itself?
Yeah, because as much as you want to say you're not thinking about it or Saeed's not thinking about it, it's obviously there. Mm-hmm. So it was good to not have it come down later in the game or anything like that. It's just get it out of the way. And Saeed's been like that, throughout the year. He's been just concentrating on winning, and he's so. It's amazing how he's able to do this. For a kid that's as unselfish as he is, and one of his great strengths is getting other people involved. for him to be able to do that consistently and still score 2,000 points. I mean, that's a heck of a player right there.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about a guy with a mission. I mean, he's a guy that right now seems to be having hyper focus, super focus within a game. I mean, you know, I've been to a few practices. Like, he's a dude that really is squared in on the goal in and of itself. And you know, the numbers, sure, they're there. The 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists, 250 steals, all that's there. But it just speaks to the complete player he is. It's not just numbers; it's heart.
Yeah, no, it's all that, and it shows he's continued to improve too. So I mean, that was one of the better games he's played, just in decision making and just every aspect of the game, and it showed up in how everybody else played too. And I give him credit, because normally it's when you're at that level and you've scored 2,000 points, you sort of think you have things figured out, and I said it the other day, he does. He's got a lot of it figured out, but he continues to try to improve and add to his game, and it showed up the other night.
Indeed. And then after the game, pretty cool celebration in the locker room. Were you in there dancing around too? Were you in there doing the Roy Williams thing?
No, I can't move like that, but I was glad that all the guys were so happy for him, and that's that's genuine right there. They care about him. They just work so hard. They're so close to each other. They give so much to each other. So it's great to see them all have a chance to celebrate in that moment.
If we rewind back to the days of looking at Saeed, bringing him here to campus, did you think that he would turn into a player like this? I mean, I guess you could say yes and look like an absolute genius.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, I mean, you never know.
Sure.
Someone's going to come in and be able to do that. But I knew he was going to be an excellent player. As soon as I saw him, with his high school team and playing in the summer and everything, you can see, he had a mind for the game. He's getting steals. He's doing so many things out there, getting others involved. And just the same sort of demeanor the whole time he's out there. And then he obviously had an awesome senior year at St. Augustine's. But the things that I sort of are important and getting a kid like that. I mean, obviously his parents. He's a testament to his parents. He's such a great kid, coachable. Everything you'd want in a guy that you're coaching, and then playing for a coach like Paul Rodeo at St. Augustine's Prep. I mean, those two things are so invaluable. And you hit a home run when you have both of those.
When did he first come on your radar? How long ago was it? How long before?
Yeah, well, Scotty, Coach Greenman knew about him obviously early on, and he was on campus when he was a sophomore, I want to say, with the team. And he was real small, He's
5'2" as a freshman in high school.
Yeah, so he learned how to get by, and then he obviously filled out and grew and everything. But he was always a terrific player. And he was young when he got to campus too. So as a freshman, he didn't look the way he looks now. So again, it just goes to a testament to his hard work, throughout the year, throughout the summer, lifting, running, preparing himself continually.
When you talk to him, the thing that really sticks out to him when you list all the numbers that he has is the rebounds. And that's pretty neat for a guy that scored 2,000 points. As you've said before, he's not just points, but the rebounds are the thing that he really takes pride in. And it seems like, especially of late, he's really played well in the paint. He's really aggressive and comes out.
Yeah, no, he's been great. I mean, that's winning. That's a winner. Understanding how important rebounding is, and he does so many things that you don't see that don't show up. You see the steals, you see the rebounds, but positioning, guarding his man, helping other guys, doing all that stuff, and then his patience on offense. Getting in the paint and sort of taking his time, and that's really developed in the last sort of second half of the season here, I think, and it's obviously impacting his game and helping us.
Well, that'll bring us to a timeout here on AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan. When we return, Saeed will join the discussion. That's next.
Welcome to our sleepy little college town. You may have heard of us. Here we stand up for causes as naturally as we sit down for classes. We believe that knowledge, understanding, and discovery will make the world a better place, and that our contributions are only limited by our imaginations. Words, medals, and degrees don't make us who we are. Meaningful change does.
We are American.
And there's nothing we would rather be.
Welcome back into AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf. Now joined by Saeed Nelson, the all-time leading scorer here at AU. How does that sound?
It's great, man. I can't even put into words how much it feels.
What does it mean to you to become the all-time scorer here, beating a record by Boo Bowers that had stood for 39 years?
It's just a crazy feeling. I mean, it's a blessing to even be up there and to talk with the GOATs of AU. You know, like I said, my freshman year, I would have never thought of this ever happening, so it's just a great feeling. And
so talk about the hard work that you put in to get here since you got on campus, I mean in the gym, at practice, just to get to where you are now. It's a lot. You know, a lot of people just see, you know, what happens in the games, the numbers and stuff like that, but it's a lot that goes into it, man. You just got to be like dedicated. It's a lot of injuries that happen, but you got to push through it. You know, every off season, going home, just trying to perfect everything that I can, and just stay healthy and get ready for the season every year. Now, how did you celebrate after the win the other night, which was a huge win? Mm-hmm. But of course, you got the record, got it early. Yeah. How did you celebrate after the game? That you can share. Well, first, when I walked in the locker room, the dudes, you know, just threw a bunch of water on me. It was a great feeling, man. My teammates, I love them to death. So that was just fun. And then afterwards, a bunch of my family came to the game, so I got to see them. You know, I don't see them too often during the season. And then we just went out to eat, chill, just, you know, talk. And then I went back and I really just talked to my dudes who lived with me in my suite, and then just went to sleep, man. I was tired. I couldn't do anything, so that was really it. How special was it for you to have your family here? You say they come to some games, not all the games, but a decent amount of games. How special was that to have them in attendance? Oh, it's a great feeling, you know. I mean, all the time. High school, they were at every game. Yeah. You know, and it's a difference. You know, college, they got to drive up. You know, but just seeing them there always, you know, even if I don't know where they're sitting or where they're at, I just know, you know, them being there, just, I know I'm good. Mm-hmm. It's a great feeling. Now, when you look at, I don't know how into social media you are on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. I know Sabrina Ionescu reached out to you on Twitter last week. And first of all, how was that? How cool was that to have somebody? That's dope. I mean, she's a beast. I mean, she just set the record again, 2K, 1K. That's unreal. That's unreal. So it was just, you know, it's dope of her to, you know, not acknowledge like something I did. When you look at social media, though, I mean, I'm sure everything that you have was blowing up after the game the other night when you broke the record. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I kind of want to throw my phone out. It's a lot, but you know, just take it. You know, it's just appreciative and just blessed that, you know, everybody's just showing love. What was the coolest one that reached out to you? Was it the UNESCO one? Was there another person or message, maybe not even from someone that's necessarily well known, just that you thought was pretty cool that someone reached out to you? I don't know. I thought everybody's was just dope, you know, reaching out. I don't know. I can't label a top one. It's just a cool feeling, you know, just people just reaching out in general. You know, they don't have to say congratulations. They can just scroll by certain things. So just them taking the time out to say that to me is just great. Let's rewind back to your high school days, and as you matured. You said that you were 5'2" as a freshman. Is that right? Do I have that right? I was little, man. I was only 5'2". You're right. I don't know, man. Like I said, I want to play football. That was my goal. But going into high school 5'2", you know, that's just taking hits. I couldn't even put that together. So, you know, that's when I just decided straight basketball. And then over those 4 years, you know, sophomore year I was like 5'7", 5'8". Junior year 5'10". Senior year was like 6 foot 6'1". So it just all planned out. So. Well, what I think was interesting was, so you said your freshman year you were 5'2", but yet you were listed at 5'8". Is that right? Yeah. I mean, you're always listed taller than what you are, but that's a lot. That's 6 inches. So. Yeah. But I mean, hey, opponents knew I wasn't 5'8", so it didn't even matter. Now, when it came time to look at colleges, of course, AU reached out and really wanted you, went after you hard. Talk about that process and what got you here to American University.
They came to a couple of my AU games, my junior summer going into my senior year. And they showed a lot of interest, and then when they offered me, coach called me on the phone. I think it was my second or third offer, and it was just shocking. I had been here my sophomore year of high school without any offers, just coming to visit the school. But just receiving a Division I offer is just not a lot of people, especially from my area, get that. So it was just a great feeling, and then I wanted to get my decision done before my senior year. I came on my visit here to AU. Like I said, I love the area, the school, and the guys that were here before me. They just made me just want to come here so bad. So it's just my gut feeling to just choose AU.
Now, being from New Jersey, of course, Mike Brennan, the head coach, is from New Jersey. Is there a cool connection there as far as the Jersey guys go?
Yeah, man. Coach Brennan, it's like a different type of feel. Just everything's got to be hard. It's no excuses. No, do your job, do what you're supposed to do. And I really like that because when I make a mistake, I'm like, oh, that's not happening again, and he knows that. So I just think I think the connection works out really good there.
You talk about a guy that, when you make a mistake, that's not happening again. Talk about your play right now, because you're playing like a dude on a mission. Mm-hmm. I mean, you seem super focused within the game. Is that true? Do you feel like you've stepped up your play here over the last 10 games or so?
Definitely. I mean, me and the team, we talk in the locker room all the time, and especially second half of league play, I told everybody we all need to just elevate our games and lock in every day of practice. This is it. I mean, this is we get into the time where playoffs it's not play a game and then come back next on Saturday and say, no, you lose, you're done. So I think everybody gets that, especially these past few games. I think we've been really locked in, and everybody just stepping up, and I think we'll be ready.
Now, when you take a look at numbers, or do you really look at numbers, is there one that really jumps out at you? I mean, you have 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists, 250 steals. Mm-hmm. Is there one of those you go, that's pretty sweet?
Out of all those, I really like probably the rebounds. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love the assists, the steals, the numbers, but being a guard, it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. That's why I see dudes in the NBA averaging 8, 10 rebounds a game, like Russell Westbrook. 10 rebounds a game as a guard, that's crazy. I only average 5, and it's hard. So it's just, I think that's definitely the number that sticks out to me.
You seem like a guy that's really gained your confidence in playing in the paint and being really aggressive. Is that something that you've really worked on and thought about?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, I feel like I get it from my football, sense of just running through the holes, taking hits, just being ready for all the contact. So, and that's my game, getting into the paint, finding guys, scoring. So, that's what I'm most used to.
Yeah, I had I put out a couple things talking about the fact that you were so close to becoming the all-time scorer. You needed 2 points, and someone said to me, actually, I had 2 people say to me, well, don't jinx him. I said the least number of points he's ever scored at AU is 5. He's got this. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. And that's pretty amazing. That the least, when you look at points, the least number of points you've scored in a game here at AU that you've played in is 5.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, going into the game though, the 2, I'm just thinking I wanted to get it out the way.
Sure.
I don't want the team to be thinking about it throughout the whole game. So, when the shot went in the beginning of the game, it's I think we went into a timeout and we were down 12-6. I was like, all right, let's pick it up, and then we went on that big run. So I think it just took a lot of, made the team relieved a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys just sailed on to the big win over the Leopards. Let's talk about why you chose 0 as the number to wear. Does it go back to Gilbert Arenas, Agent 0, Damian Lillard? I think Russell Westbrook has 0. Is there any reason there for 0?
Yeah, man. I mean, at first my high school number was 2. And I was going to just pick it here, but I know Delonte had it. I'm like, nah, he's not giving that up. That's my guy. He's not doing that. And then 0 was the next number. I'm like, oh, my favorite player, Russell Westbrook, wears 0. It's an easy choice. So that's what I went with. That's what I went with, and I'm glad I got the number, man. It's my idol. I try to model my game after his a lot. So. I couldn't be any happier to pick 0.
What is it that you see from Russell Westbrook that you want to imply yourself on the game?
Just 40 minutes of nonstop aggressiveness and just, not giving any play up. No matter if I miss a shot, if something happens on defense where I miss an assignment, I know next play it's not happening, and just being alert and giving all what I have for the whole 40 minutes, no matter good or bad. Everything is going to come out of me.
Now, of course, student athlete is a big thing here at AU, not just the athlete part of it, but the student part of it. Mm-hmm. What's the toughest class that you've taken as a student here at American University? Does one jump out at you?
Finance.
Okay.
That class was, oh my, yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy, but I got through it, man. I passed, so that was tough. That was tough. I can't even go back to that, man.
So you don't want to be a financial advisor?
No,
you're not going to be working on Wall Street?
I praise the people who do it, though.
Right.
They are geniuses. I can't.
Now, you are taking sports reporting this semester, so are you going to come after my job? You're going to come after sports reporting? Is
when
that one of the
basketball's
angles?
done, you never know. You got to do something else, so it might be it.
Now, when it's all said and done here at American University as a player, what do you want to be remembered for?
Just the person I am, off the court. I think my teammates know it the best. I'm just a cool, chill, fun dude, man. They say it all the time. They say, Sav, you wasn't a basketball player, you'd be the funniest dude ever. I'm like, yeah, I guess, man. That's what I want to be remembered as, just a dude on campus you can always just come talk to, say what's up. Like, you're not gonna say what's up to me. I'm just walk past you and not act like nah, man. Like, just a cool dude and just being my normal self.
Well, you've been that 3 or 4 years here, and it's been really fun to cover. So thanks for the honor to cover it.
I appreciate it, my man.
All right, that's Saeed Nelson right there. We'll be back with more AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf, right after this.
Welcome to our sleepy little college town. You may have heard of us. Here we stand up for causes as naturally as we sit down for classes. We believe that knowledge, understanding, and discovery will make the world a better place, and that our contributions are only limited by our imaginations. Words, medals, and degrees don't make us who we are. Meaningful change does.
We are American.
And there's nothing we would rather be.
Welcome back to AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf. And Coach, moving forward, big game on Saturday up at Holy Cross, Worcester, Mass. And it's against a Crusaders team that you guys looked pretty good first time around. Beat them 81-69. Saeed had over 20 points in that game. But Joe Pridgeon is a force to be reckoned with for Holy Cross.
Yeah, no, he's certainly a problem, and he gave us fits, the first time around. I want to say he had like 28 on us. And they do a lot of good stuff. They post him up. They got shooters surrounding him. And if all else fails, I can just throw it up and he'll go get it. He's that aggressive and that good. So we got to figure out a way to. You're not going to completely stop him, but at least try to neutralize him a little bit. But again, it just comes down to us being as good as we can be at the things that we want to that we work on every day. So us being the best versions of ourselves on offense and defense. You're not going to totally, negate somebody like as good as Pridgeon. So you just want to make it as difficult as possible and do all the other things that you can do.
How have you seen both you guys and Holy Cross evolve since the last time you've seen them? There really aren't any surprises, as you just said, because at this point in the year, everybody's seen everybody and kind of know what's happening. But how have you seen you guys evolve as far as the matchup goes?
I talk about our team a lot. Two of our major guys are three, with Connor, Jameer, and Ben. They're new. but you're asking a lot of them to score and make shots and understand what you're doing offensively and defensively. So, their comfort level has come along, throughout the year, and we're getting better and playing well because of it. It's the same for Coach Nelson at Holy Cross, and it's brand new for him and his players. So you can tell that they're all getting more and more comfortable with what he wants of them, and going out and executing it. I mean, they're in every single game, so the record doesn't matter in my mind. I mean, it's they're right there. So you've seen them develop over the course of the year too. So it's going to be a battle on Saturday.
Should be a fun game to watch. Best of luck against the Crusaders up in Worcester.
All right, thanks, Dan.
All right, and want to remind you that the Eagles have secured a home quarterfinal game. That's on Thursday, March 5th. And for more information, of course, log on to aueagles.com. That'll do it for this edition of AU Hoop Talk with Coach Brennan, presented by Launchbox Golf. For Coach, I'm Dan. We'll see you next time.